Cletus McFarlane has become one of the most recognizable faces in American motorsports. He already raced at Daytona, where things didn't go as planned, but now he's aiming for Talladega and maybe even Bristol. From wild events with flipping trucks to real ARCA competition, Cletus McFarlane is pushing deeper into professional racing. Let's find out in today's episode what that journey looks like. He competed in the ARCA Menard Series, which is one step below NASCAR's top series. His first big race was at Daytona. He trained hard for it, but the event didn't go smoothly. Within the first 20 laps, he got caught up in a multi-car crash. This is a common problem in high-speed tracks like Daytona. Cars go over 180 miles per hour, and when one car loses control, others have no time to avoid the crash. That's exactly what happened to Cletus. But even though he didn't finish the race, many fans and experts were impressed. He showed good instincts and didn't panic under pressure. Greg Biffle, who has raced in the NASCAR Cup Series for years, praised Cletus for how fast he learned. Before the race, Greg spent hours with him, explaining things like drafting, pit stops, and how to manage the car in traffic. Cletus took the advice seriously. In interviews after the race, he said the biggest thing he learned was how unpredictable these races are. Sometimes, no matter how skilled you are, a crash is just unavoidable. Now Cletus is preparing for another ARCA race at Talladega, which is scheduled just a few weeks after Daytona. Talladega is known as one of the fastest tracks in the world. Speeds can hit 200 miles per hour, and the track is 2.66 miles long and shaped like a big oval. Drivers stay in tight packs, and even one small mistake can lead to a 10-car pileup. Cletus has already said he hopes to survive more than 20 laps this time. Greg Biffle will be there again, acting like a coach and mentor. There's also talk about Greg joining the race himself so they can compete as teammates, but he hasn't made a final decision yet. Later this year, Cletus is also planning to race at Bristol Motor Speedway. Bristol is a very different challenge. It's a short track, only 0.53 miles long, but the corners are steep and the races are fast and intense. Cletus already has one strange connection to Bristol. Years ago, he organized a wild event there where people raced old Ford Rangers. It was a mix of racing and entertainment. From the green flag, trucks were flipping into the air. One vehicle flew almost 7 feet up and landed upside down. Luckily, no one was seriously hurt, but the event showed just how wild Cletus's ideas can be. Even though it wasn't a professional race, it gave him a small taste of what Bristol feels like. Outside of racing, Cletus continues to run his business and YouTube channel. He works closely with his wife, Maddie Mitchell. She's also a big part of the channel. They have 2 kids now, a boy named Ripper and a girl named Ella. Sometimes the kids appear in the videos too. Fans enjoy seeing the family side of Cletus, not just the racing. He shares everything from building engines to spending time at home. That's why people feel connected to him. He's not just a guy on screen. He's a father, a husband, and a friend to his fans. There are debates about whether his fame from YouTube can turn into a success in professional racing. Some people say yes because he has the talent and the fan base. Others think he still needs more training. But what's clear is that Cletus is serious. He's not treating racing like a joke. He respects the sport and the people in it. Every time he gets into a car, he's trying to improve. In the next year, Cletus wants to enter more races, both in ARCA and possibly other series. His ultimate dream might be to reach NASCAR's National Series, but he knows that's still a few steps away. For now, he's focusing on learning as much as he can. Whether it's at Talladega, Bristol, or his own Freedom Factory, Cletus is always moving forward. He also wants to inspire others. In several interviews, he said that you don't need to start with millions to follow your dream. He began with a camera and a car. Now he runs a racetrack and races on national TV. His message is simple. If you're willing to work hard and take risks, anything is possible. He didn't go to a racing school or start in go-karts at age 6 like many pros. He just loved cars and turned that passion into a career. Cletus's journey in motorsports really took off when he built a car called Leroy, which was a bodiless Chevrolet Corvette C5. The car looked strange but performed amazingly well. With Leroy, he broke records and won trophies. In just a few years, he went from being a guy who made videos to someone who is respected in the racing world. Leroy was not just fast but unique. The car had no body, only an exo cage, which made it stand out at every event. It also helped Cletus gain hundreds of thousands of new subscribers on YouTube between 2016 and 2018. In January of 2020, Cletus bought an old, unused racetrack in Florida called DeSoto Speedway. He renamed it the Freedom Factory and started holding races and events there. The track is 1/3 of a mile long and soon became part of his video content. One of the most famous events held there is Cletus and Cars, but not everything went perfectly. In one event, Parker Whitlock got seriously hurt and suffered third-degree burns. Even though the event raised safety questions, Cletus continued improving the track and the event setup. In April of 2022, Cletus announced that he would be racing in the Stadium Super Truck Series. This race format was very different from drag racing, but he performed well. In one race, he even led until the last lap, but during the final jump, he lost control and Robbie Gordon passed him to win. Even though he didn't win, fans loved his performance, and it showed that Cletus had real driving skills. Sponsorship is a big deal in racing. A single NASCAR season can cost between $5 to $10 million for a team. Cletus's strong online presence means he can attract companies willing to pay for his racing efforts. That gives him a major advantage over many other drivers who have talent but no way to fund their careers. After Daytona, Cletus said he would also race at Talladega Superspeedway, one of the fastest tracks in the world. He talked about it on Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s podcast, saying, "Yeah, I'm going to Dega. This second race is very important because fans will watch to see if he can do better than 30th place." Some believe he could eventually race in NASCAR's Truck Series or Xfinity Series if he keeps improving. To reach that level, he would need more practice on short tracks, road courses, and especially more superspeedway experience. Right now, he has less than 10 competitive oval races under his belt. NASCAR teams usually want drivers with at least 30 to 50 lower-level races before giving them a chance to race in the National Series. If Cletus can finish inside the top 20 or even the top 15 at Talladega, it will prove that he's improving quickly. That kind of result could open the door for part-time deals in higher-level series by 2026 or 2027. But results are not enough. He must also show consistency, smart race decisions, and the ability to avoid crashes. His Daytona debut showed he could stay clean, which is important. It's also worth noting that Cletus's racing is not just about himself. So while it may be still too early to say that Cletus McFarland will become a full-time NASCAR driver, it's fair to say that he's much closer than most people ever thought. And that's all we have for today's episode. Also, YouTube thinks that you're going to enjoy this next video even more, so you might as well listen to it.